second episode. We're talking about Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear.
This is like the franchise of all franchises. Like they're like the best at what they do.
I mean, it's the best franchise, period. We don't even have to go there. It's the best franchise, period. I mean,
we're both on agreements on that. I mean, their previous work has
outdone everything. I mean, Guns of the Patriots, Going Backwards, Sons of Liberty, Snake Eater. Oh, I forgot about Peace Walker because that actually came in. You know what that reminds me? They actually have a collection with all of them in it. I may have to get that.
Yeah, just to have it for collectible sake.
But see, I already got like Snake Eater, Metal Gear.
But I mean, they have it on the console now that you have right now. I know it came from PlayStation.
Yeah, I think I may have to get that. Yeah.
All right, well, let's.
So we're gonna jump right into this episode because our last episode was kind of long. So we're gonna get right into this. So James has his. He bought his for the Xbox One.
Of course, and this PlayStation fanboy over here bought it for the PlayStation, obviously.
Pretty much.
So, like, we was talking about the reason behind the length of the game because it's only 2 hours, and this is
at a max. It's only like 2 hours.
And, you know, this is for the game that's coming out after, which is
The Phantom Pain.
So it's like a pre-release, or because fanboys like the Metal Gear Solid franchise, they just get throwing out a little taste, a little fishing line.
Right. Kajoli just wanted to give us a little taste of it, basically. And if you haven't played Metal Gear at all, you're probably not even going to understand this. But those of you who played Metal Gear, oh yeah, it's a beast.
All right. So the graphics.
I'm talking about the way the water hits the ground. You see
the water looks so real. Like
the water looks.
Although it is, I'm on the Xbox One. These are the next gen consoles, but it's just it still blows my mind today what they come out with. Like it just still blows me away on how everything looks, even to the suit, the detail, the blood splatter. I mean, everything. Like it's pretty high grade. Man.
Yeah, because water and fire are like the hardest things.
Yeah, to produce
in video games. And, I'm pretty sure I pronounce it. Kajomi.
I'm not even going to murder the name.
Man, God, I forget his name. You know who I'm talking about? The maker of Metal Gear, the Fox engine. Kojima. I'm pretty sure it's Kojima.
We'll put it in the link below.
We'll put it in the link. Right. One thing about him, if you ever watch his interviews, he's really keen and detailed on certain things. Like I was just watching an interview about the opening sequence, and I'm talking about down to the way the characters are standing. He has say-so in that, and his detail comes through on the game. I'm talking about even when you first. We're not going to try to give away any spoilers, okay? We're going to try to keep it basic, no spoilers.
The game is pretty short, so I'm sure we can.
I mean, but you don't want to give spoilers to people that's going to play.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm talking about the way when Snake lays down on the ground, the way the water comes around him, when he jumps, or like when you're diving, the dirt that comes up.
Dirt comes up, yeah.
Man, everything is taken into detail. Everything, dude.
They thought a lot, man. They changed a lot in the game also.
Oh, God.
They changed the look of it, everything.
For those who played the old one, James and I was talking about, used to have a cone sight for the enemies where you can't see their range. Like, if
the range of
the view. That has completely gone out the window. So now, basically, and
if you're across an open field or across a tarmac, and they see you, the little exclamation point comes up in the head. They're like, "Oh, what's that? Let me investigate."
No. The white thing comes up first.
Yeah.
Right, and then, but see, the exclamation point comes out now. They got this thing called reflex time. So if they spot you, the game goes into a bullet time.
Matrix slow motion
thing. So basically,
turn around,
you got time to take them out before the alert goes off. But now, I think my biggest problem with Metal Gear back in the day was if someone noticed you from across the way, there was no indication of that. So you didn't know where it was coming from. But now they actually, if you were sneaking or whatever, a little white line comes out and it shows the path. Not the path, but the direction of the person who sold you, which is great because when
it goes into slow motion, you can see who's looking at you.
Exactly.
And I mean, like, it's changed that from going from the cone to even seeing it on the the HUD of the screen. It's even changed to where that's completely taken out.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He has like a digitized, watch or like a projector. Like
it's iDroid. It's called the iDroid.
Yeah.
The thing. Yeah, it's. I'm telling you guys, the game is just.
It makes you put more feel like on real. It's real. It's no.
Right.
It's no. Oh, I got Google glasses on or something. I got my HID, my HUD up to the left of the map and everything. You gotta really memorize things and. It just gives it more real tactical feel to it.
Man, so that was leads us to the controls.
How it's not, the patrols are different.
Yeah, so like...
And they change up.
Basically, I think the controls are a little bit the same from Guns of the Patriots. Like, I think they're actually, CQC is back. We all love CQC, which got introduced in... Snake Eater. So CQC is back. I'm pretty sure, even though you played the old one on PlayStation, the controls were pretty the same. Pretty much the same thing. Feels great. Like I don't feel like I don't feel like nothing's sluggish. Like the response time for the controllers. Or anything.
Matter of fact, no delays, no pauses, any type of glitches, like anything. Like it plays really smooth. Load time is super fast.
Like, at a minimum, like seriously, yeah,
crazy fast.
Actually, really good point. Yeah, I don't remember ever saying like, "Oh man, this is taking way too long to load" or something.
So, what are the differences between the Xbox and the PlayStation? So I mean, we haven't even looked into that.
I'm pretty sure it's probably graphics and how the PS4 has better graphics, but don't get me wrong. I like Xbox too. But
see now I'm gonna have to. We're
gonna have to do a video and take a difference. But I'm pretty sure it's nothing different about the games for Xbox and PlayStation.
All right. So without the spoiler alert, what's the storyline about for this one?
So this is actually taking place before the Phantom Pain. So for those of you who don't go, there's when they first revealed this trailer, I think it was at E3.
Yep.
You could tell it's Snake.
Everybody was hyped to see
everybody
was that horse.
Oh
my god! Everybody was like, oh my god, the next gen is going to look
exactly.
Crazy. Like everybody, it was in the uproar, man. It was crazy.
Man, you see Snake, he's laying there, but then he has like a
with the
I want to use the correct name. You in the military? What's the name? Like when you got the prosthetic? The prosthetic is that?
Yeah,
prosthetic on. And
what I got to do with the military? Because we get blown up.
No, oh my god! Because you guys are sacrificing.
I got supposed to know.
You guys are sacrificing your lives for us.
Shout out.
So this story basically the Ground Zeroes takes, and that's what's called Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. It takes place before the Phantom Pain.
Right.
So the game basically is just prepping you for. I don't want to give it away, but things
to come in Phantom Pain.
Right, but here's the thing: everything that you do let me correct this. If you got the game on the first day download and the first time it hit the stores, everything you do carries over from Ground Zeroes to the Phantom Pain. Because I was on the Kojima website and he said in the interview, or it's even right there.
I want to find out what specifically gets transferred over.
I'm pretty sure it's people, a certain amount of people, like the people that you encounter.
And the people you save.
Thanks.
I said, we're not 200, right? Well, obviously, you're the hero.
But I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, we're really not giving anything away because it like I said, the game is like at a 2 hours max. So the main thing you're gonna be doing is just replaying it, trying to get.
Well, yeah, even like replaying the same
board, right? And that's the thing. So the board that you play in the game is the same board over and over.
It just has different missions and different different tasks you have to do. Like it's a rescue mission. It's an
And
anti-air artillery.
The rescue mission is the best. We're not going to tell you why, but the rescue mission is the best mission. Hands down, the best mission.
I mean, it got some Easter eggs in there.
Yeah, it got some good Easter eggs in there.
You know, how about you? You probably won't even notice until like he looks in the camera. Like I was like,
oh man, like I had a feeling, but we're not going to give it away. But it's a nice little Easter egg for all you Metal Gear fans out there.
It's a good surprise, man.
I mean,
I see why they came out with it, man. Because I think their original release date was like around this time, and it got pushed back.
Right, and then like I have no problem with a game being pushed back if it's going to be great. Like I know everybody was upset because Watch Dogs got pushed back.
Yep, I wanted to get Watch Dogs.
Right, but if being a developer and you don't think the game is finished, and you say, hey, I want to push it back to make it better, I have no problem with that.
We're not like EA Sports where they just throw it out there and, we're going to fix the bugs later. Let's get this.
Shout out to Battlefield for that.
I mean,
Shout out to Battlefield.
We do love Battlefield. I mean,
Battlefield is great.
Kind of throwing EA out there, but.
And I absolutely, I have the most respect for Kojima. Or
the way he did it?
The way, I mean, all of his games, he takes passion in what he does. There was only one instance where he kind of threw his team underneath the bus. But just get off topic real quick, Metal Gear Vengeance, when that came out, basically they had to push the game to another developer because his team wasn't working fast enough. And there was I watched the video, and basically all the developers who from his studio, because he has a studio in Japan and a studio in Los Angeles. So the studio in Japan, the interview was strictly how they were basically telling people why they pushed it and why they failed. Like, I was just blown away that Kojima was like, man, you put your people in front of the press to say that they messed up.
How many companies actually do that? A company was on a
But see, with Kojima, everything's done in house. They're even doing it at his Japan's location or the Los Angeles one. Right. Vengeance was the only time that they pushed it out to somebody else to do it to be their friend. But everything for Kojima stuff is done in house. Right. I'm pretty sure about that. Like, if you don't know, David Hayter is not doing the voice of Snake. James probably doesn't know this because he's not a bully motherfucker.
I've only played, a handful of the Metal Gears. I love Metal Gear. I'm a Raiden fan, Raiden. So that's my boy. I played Sons of Liberty first, and fell in love with him. Fell in love with that whole game right there. So I mean, I'm kind of on that side of the fence.
And see,
between characters.
And see, those of you know, David Hayter, he writes a lot of stuff for Hollywood. Like I think he wrote a piece of the Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises. He writes, but the main thing I remember him from is he played in one of the greatest movies ever made, The Guyver 2, Dark Hero. So that's where I know him from. But now we got Q Sutherland in here. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's not bad what you think. It's really not bad. I know you're just so used to listening to David that you can tell off the back that it's completely different. But Keith does a good job. He puts his emotion into the game. So it's pretty good. There's a scene in there that's every Metal Gear game has a powerful emotional scene.
Storyline, everything.
There's this scene in Metal Gear Ground Zeroes, and you know what scene I'm talking about, when you have to rescue someone.
Okay.
And it's a really emotional scene, and you could tell that Kiefer Sutherland is really in it. And I was like, oh, cool. Okay, so it's not bad. So,
I mean, the graphics are pretty graphic too, man.
But when is war not graphic?
Yeah, war is always graphic.
And so
anything to do with guns, everything. So, well, let's wrap it up a little bit. So, okay. Do you have anything negative to say about it? I mean, besides the length of the game, that's the only negative I have. What about you? You got something? I mean, the length of the game, yeah. Of course, I would like it to be longer. Right. Of course, everybody would. And everybody was complaining about that, but it is what it is. And I mean, I know a lot of people are like, why even come out with the... Exactly. And people were upset because now,
At first, he was going to charge $60 for the game, but then he took it down.
Because it made no sense.
And I would have not. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a Metal Gear fan, but I probably would not have bought it if it was
even
$60.
for what the price is for. I think it still should be like a $20. Just because.
Well, see, if you had a PlayStation 3, it was $20. I mean, it was $20 for the PS3, and on the PlayStation Store. It was $20. The Ground Zeroes was $20.
Paid $40.
For real?
Yeah.
I paid $30. Another downside. I'm an Xbox One fan.
But I actually bought the disc, so that's probably why.
See, he bought the disc. Personally, now these days, if I'm not gonna get extra content, like when The Last of Us came out, you got like a statue or something like that. Right. If I'm not getting that, then I'm not going to go in. Right. If I'm not getting collector's edition. So
I mean, because I downloaded like Titanfall, that was like 6 gigs.
Well, Metal Gear, I think it's more than 6 gigs. It's definitely that. I think maybe I was reading on IGN that the Phantom Pain's gonna be 20.
That's crazy. So I will buy the disc for that. I don't know.
But you still have to download it to the disc. Right. See, that's what I'm saying. The disc, you still have to download it. So
right, I know you're talking about.
Right. I maybe because I don't know the technical specs of it, but I'm thinking if you buy the disc, what's the difference in you download? Because you're still downloading the game onto the system. You still got to download it. So
you know what? I'm saying 6 gigs. I think it was more like 30.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think it was more like 30.
I'm pretty sure Ground Zero is more than 6 gigs. I'm pretty sure.
I'm talking about like Titanfall.
Oh,
I think it was like 30 gigs.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. I don't have my facts straight. But
I'm sorry that you had to pay $40 for that, bro.
I mean, I suck it up. It was well worth it.
It was real worth the money, though. It really was. I gotta agree with you.
Whatever. I got the little code that you did. So
I'm pretty sure I got the code too. I just gotta figure out how to get it. I gotta figure out how to get it going.
Another downside to PlayStation.
Oh, here we go. So, if you had to rate the game from 1 to 10, in fact, what did you, besides the length of the game, is there anything else bad?
Anything else? I mean, I gotta really think. Like, I can't really nothing other than that. Nothing else comes up, man.
And I'm dead serious, guys. Like nothing else came up.
It's like it's the length of the game. But even before buying it, you already knew that you were only getting 2 hours of game. Yeah. So it wasn't like, oh, you didn't know.
Right. That's true.
Because I mean, absolutely. So even that, like, you knew before you bought it.
Right. And then my whole thing is, I didn't beat the game 3 times already, and I'm still going back and playing it. So I have a high replay value of it. So
see, that's the difference between me and him. My replay value. If I beat the game and I want to play it on a harder version, yes, I'll play it on the hard version. Because in this game, you have to play it on the normal, and then you have the chance to choose it on hard. I haven't even played the hard yet. I'm trying to beat all of them to see which ones I like the most, and I'll play that on hard.
Right.
So I'll do it that way. So, but after I beat it, I really don't play the game anymore. I'm not a achievement like hunter. Try to get all the achievements of the game.
Yeah, some people like to just go back and get the trophies and stuff like that.
So and look at the. I mean, only reason I would go back is to get like an Easter egg.
Yeah,
like something that's hidden in the game, messenger or something like that. So I mean, I had nothing to say negative.
Yeah, like seriously, I have nothing negative to say besides the game. But like you said, I knew that going in. So I can honestly not think of anything that I was just not happy with.
Like, nah, that's not good. I mean,
right. So if I had to give it from 1 to 10, I would go 8.5.
8.5.
And I'm only giving it 8.5 because of the length. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, because can't really. But you gotta rate it off what it's worth though, because you already knew that going in.
Okay, if I rate it for what it's worth, then it's a 10.
I mean, well, I'll say 9 for me.
And okay, then I kind of take that back because you're not getting the whole abundance of the story.
You're only getting like a little snippet.
Yeah, you're only getting like a snippet.
And then I want to see how this transfers over to that.
So I give it 8.5. I stick with my original score, 8.5.
Like, I mean, I'm still just like shocked and amazed at the graphics. It's crazy.
Man, I mean, guys, the first time you cut it on, like, you're like, and I'm not even talking about you're playing it, because I'm pretty sure on Xbox, when you first booted up, Snake sitting in the helicopter, right?
Yeah.
The graphics right there alone, we're not even playing yet.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang,
And I mean,
Dang.
I know it's next gen, but man, I still get blown away by it, man. I can't even.
God, the graphics were beautiful.
Like,
man.
I'm just like sitting in a bus, just like my camera just going around, just like looking at the environment, looking at how I interact, the water, how it looks. I mean, I'm just like,
when you hit the plants, they move. And then the thing is too, you know, like if sometimes when you're playing games, like if you zoom in on the plants, it looks like just like a little line.
It's pixelated.
Yeah, this one, man. Oh man, it's like, oh man, and everything is affected like with in games, like when the wind's blowing, everything that can blow is blowing, like everything.
It just reminds me of what we were talking about earlier, the daytime view. If it's daytime, the guards can see you.
Their sight is like, oh my god, like.
But if it's nighttime, I like playing everything on nighttime.
Like, huh?
Because I mean, you can sneak up right on somebody without somebody else seeing you.
And everything makes different sound. So like, when you go across something, the sound may different from you. Dirt, water, grass.
Right.
Everything sounds completely different. And I peeped this too because I wanted to put this to the test. You actually have binoculars in the game where you can zoom in on people.
I didn't get. Oh man, I just figured that out.
Oh my! So you didn't know, and now you now it has
just press LB like
so they got this thing like Far Cry now. So if you look at the enemy, you kind of mark them, like you mark them, and they stay marked on the map, like throughout the whole time you're playing.
I know you're talking about.
So they stay marked. So you can do it by looking through the binoculars, you know, point your weapon at them.
And if you need to identify somebody, that some things that you had, you can identify through the binoculars, tag them, and then as long as you got positive identification.
Exactly. So like you got to look at your iDroid, confirm that's the person. But one of the things is that when you zoom in, the binoculars have a built-in microphone, and I noticed that every time I zoomed in on somebody, if they were walking, the microphone would pick up right with their steps. If they were smoking, the smoke, all that. If they was going through like a grassy area and they was coming off, you can tell the difference. Like the game is detail, man. Detail is just amazing. Like
that makes me want to go play right now.
Right? The detail is amazing, man. Like you can drive vehicles in this thing. So
that, oh my gosh! Did you play when you drive the artillery vehicle? Not the artillery, the tank.
I drove the tank, man.
That I was like, you can get in this? I was like, this not just coming. I started going around blowing stuff up. I was like, yo, you gotta be kidding me.
Yo, the game is just sick, guys. Like, it's, oh my gosh. Like, and if you liked Metal Gear, like, to be perfectly honest with you, the first one was just like, I didn't play the old Metal Gears because I have an older cousin. He had them on like the old system, NES. We played all that. Now, when it first came to the PlayStation, I was boosted. Like, loved it then. Like, my all-time favorite Metal Gear game was Guns of the Patriots. Like, it was just great. Like, I loved every bit of it. Like, this just builds on top of that, and everything's better. Everything. Like, dude.
So, I got a question for you then. Because I know when it was coming out, Splinter Cell and Metal Gear, I didn't see really a lot of people comparing the two games. So, like, maybe we can do another segment on that when the Splinter Cell and when the Watch Dogs come out.
Was it Splinter Cell Blacklist? It was a new Splinter game.
Yeah, it came up. It came up before the next gen came.
Yeah, it was called Splinter Cell Blacklist, which was not bad. It was not bad. Do I think it's on the same lines of Metal Gear? No.
Well, that's the other generation though.
Right, but even if Splinter Cell was I can take the Splinter Cell that just came out and put it against Metal Gear Solid 4, and it's still like Guns of the Patriots. And I think what draws people to Metal Gear is that the emotion. Number one, it's all about the emotion. Like you really get wrapped in like a favorite person, and when you was talking about you see, you got in the ride, and that's your character. Like one of the villains that I love was Sniper Wolf. She was like, man, it was so emotional.
Oh my gosh,
with Otacon, man, like when he didn't want you to put her down, but you had to, like, man, it was just emotional. And there's this one part too because basically, they came up with Metal Gear Solid. Then they came up with Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes. It was on the GameCube. Only reason I bought a GameCube for that and Super Smash Bros.
Well, that's the one that I played on.
See, That's the only reason I bought the GameCube.
You about to come out with a Metal Gear for GameCube? I was like, oh snap! Let me pick this up.
There's this scene when. No. Excuse me. It was not Twin Snakes. It was Sons of Liberty.
Yeah.
There's this scene when you got to save Otacon's sister. He calls her E. Spoiler alert, just in case you didn't play Sons of Liberty.
Don't worry about it.
E dies, and she has this parrot, and the parrot says Otacon's name, which is How, and How breaks down, starts crying, and Snake goes like, How, I need you to get it together, you know what I'm saying? I need you to save these people. And there's this scene, it's like...
Was that the one that he was like the doctor in the white lab coat?
Right.
Okay.
So, now, and then they're walking out, and it's Ryder, Snake, and Otacon. They do like this little slow motion jump, they walking. And then when he tells Otacon that he has to like, I'm counting on you, and Otacon goes like, you can count on me. And then they do this high five, and like right at the last five, they slow it down. They clap hands, they bring it in, and it's like right there, you know, like we gotta complete this mission. Like the emotion in Metal Gear is just so much. Like even the villains, right? Look at some of the villains from.
I mean, these are villains that you remember the name. We were just talking about it. Vamp. I was like, man, I love
Vamp. Was one of the man. That's what I'm saying.
I love playing against Vamp because he was throughout the whole game. Like,
right.
Oh my gosh,
right?
It made you remember It made you remember the characters.
And I forget the other. There was another character in Metal Gear, some Guns of the Patriots. Basically, she screamed or something, but her backstory was that her village was some mercenaries or something was going through her village, and she had her little baby brother with her or baby sister, and they were crying. So she didn't want to get caught, so she held the baby close, like to hold his mouth. She ended up killing the baby. Like, but the story was, I mean, because it's emotional. It's just emotional. Like, you feel, you don't feel like they're villains. You feel like they actually went through something. Like, it's just deep. I mean,
every villain has a background story.
Everybody has a background story, man.
One of them, man.
And that's the one thing about Metal Gear. I think that's why people get so immersed in Metal Gear, because of the storyline, the characters.
So who's going to be the villain in the upcoming game?
Well, I
hope it's... Yeah, of course we don't know.
We don't know.
Try to find out, man.
I'm pretty sure we're going to see...
Can't wait to play it, man.
I'm really anxious to see, because I can't remember if we saw Revolver Ocelot in any of the previews. I can't remember. I think we did. But then, if this is the prequel, then this isn't... He's not taken over by Liquid. This is just Revolver Ocelot. He's not taken over by Liquid. So, we just...
Man, they confuse you in the storylines, man. Just a little.
But I didn't get confused. Like, I didn't get confused in the storylines.
I mean, because I didn't play all of them.
Right, see,
yes,
right.
So I really don't know. Like, first one I played was on the Xbox when the Xbox first came out, right?
Oh, man, yeah. And then,
so
then the last scene in Metal Gear Solid 4 when you go toe-to-toe with Ocelot and throwing the hands and the music, they got like all, because all of Metal Gear has one of the best soundtracks ever to all the Metal Gear games. They got the music going while you're going. It's like I mean, it's just a beast. I remember playing that level, and when Ocelot knocked him down, he had this thing where he was like, yeah. Then he throw his hands on, you go back, man, the joke was just a beast, man. Jesus.
All right, man.
Man. So, wait, what was your score? You didn't give your score, did you? Yo, you did give your score. Okay. So,
8.5.
We're going to wrap this up because we don't want to be too long.
I know, man. Trying to keep
the basics.
Take you back behind memory lane.
And you know what I'm saying? I just had to go back down that little street. So, once again, we're going to leave your comments because James going to talk. I'm going to go ahead and hit the pointing thing. So
you can hit.
I can hit the pointing thing? Okay, so it's going to be right here?
It'll be subscribe below.
Subscribe below? Is that
how it could be, bro?
Oh, okay. Subscribe below. Okay, bet. Okay, so he gonna hit the little Jones subscribe below.